I'll be smoothing the buildings that we created over here by using a plugin called Weaverbird. And Weaverbird can be accessed here on this link. And you'll be going to here basically to download Weaverbird for, sorry, Rhino Weaverbird for Rhino 6 plus 7. And when you click on that, what you'll be seeing is basically something very similar to uh, sorry, let me share the correct screen with you. Yeah, you'll be seeing something very similar to this definition, and you'll be dragging this definition to your canvas, and then you'll have your Weaverbird installed. That's it, pretty much it. You don't need to do anything else. And what you see here is basically a larger demonstration of Weaverbird and its tools. But once you install it, you'll have this. Now what we're gonna do is, let me grab a box here, create a box here. Let's grab a center box, and like, let's say on this point, I'll be just showing you what we'll be doing to create our smoothing, right? So let's say 200 might be too big, maybe something smaller. You can have the same image. And if we like mesh B, we can say mesh B wrap, convert this into a mesh. And then if we grab this, like let's say Weaverbird loop subdivision, Weaverbird Scott-Clark subdivisions, these are subdivision algorithms, which is explained in detail in Wikipedia. It's a mathematical kind of subdivision algorithms. But even if I preview this off, what you see here, if I preview my mesh faces, you see it's basically taking our mesh edges and convert it into a smoother version. So there are levels. The levels are ranging between 0 to 3, and if I put 0, probably nothing will happen. And if I take it into 1, 2, and I make it 3, you see it's almost a sphere. So we'll be using something as such, in short. However, since our geometries here are changing, we'll be using some other operations. So we deconstruct these surfaces, and what I want to do is I want to take the top and bottom and the corresponding faces. So like, let's say left and right, front and bottom, front and back faces. So I'll grab a list item here, and then take this list item, and the list item grabs the first one. So I'll put 0 here. Okay, and I'll just connect another list item, and for that one I can say, I don't know, like the top ones maybe. Oops, this is too much. Maybe what we can do is we can just diminish it between 0 and 5, and we can use this slider so that we don't, we don't lose. So this is the top parts, and like, let's copy this and paste. So probably we'll be having one. Maybe we can turn this all off and preview this off for a second and preview this on. You see, this is 1, and probably 3 would be the corresponding one. Yes, and we'll be doing the same thing for 2 and 4. So front and back, and these are my surfaces. Now I'll be converting these into meshes, mesh surface, because remember, they only work with the meshes. And what this component does, it basically takes a surface and divides that into meshes, and I can divide this into 2 by 2. That's fine. Okay, and do the same thing for this guy over here. But obviously you don't have to do that. Like, you can change it, right? We can say, okay, we can have 2 but maybe 2 by 3. Okay, and we can do the same thing for the below, 2 by 3. And these are the mesh faces. Okay, so what I'll be doing now, I can merge this all into one single list, right? So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And what this basically gonna give me is sort of like data structure in which we have, in each branch we have 6 different mesh faces. And if I go to Weaverbird extract, I would see that Weaverbird join meshes involved. It's basically joining the meshes that are now one single mesh. And if there is any faces that are looking up or down, we'll be unifying those mesh. What is it, this one? Let's type unify. We can use this one as well. Like it doesn't have to be from the Weaverbird as well. Yes, so we have our meshes, and what we'll be using is we go to Weaverbird, Clark subdivision, grab our work here, and what I can do is I can group this all in and change the color of this group into blackish. And what I'll be doing, of course, is preview this all off. Now, like obviously you started to see it, and let's preview the mesh edges off. And if I grab this into 3, and now what I'm having is I am having sort of like very similar, not that much, but it's quite similar on what we have here on these images. Of course, there are some like courtyards here or spaces in between, and I'll be talking about those in the next video. But if we increase, like let's say the first point, if we increase this value, we are going to see that they're going to get large and going up as well. So like it's a bit, of course, now it's a bit like a slow, sorry, due to the computation or computing we are using. And by the way, one thing we can add here, if you want to increase this, like the height, we can increase the height of these, or we can increase the height from here as well. For the first one, we increase this value, probably we'll be seeing these guys reaching a bit higher alongside the rest, or these going down. Oops, sorry. So doesn't change that, and it's a bit slow. So yeah, and let me take a closer look at this here. So this is the 0, 1. Oh, this is the second one. That is the problem. So if I increase the second one a bit, I think they go up a bit. I saw this as 0. That's why I tried to play around with this one. It's not changing that much, slightly. So of course, like if you want to increase the building height, what we can say is that a multiplication here, they all go up a bit, like let's say 1.50, and then we'll see that they go all up a bit further, but they're not like distorted this time, they're just going up. You see, like these kind of things, the main control of the heights are being changed over, like over here, and 0 is this. Things are gonna change. You can play around with this, and you can check how you want to play around with this. And in the next video, still computing. Yeah, it goes super high right now. So yeah, I mean, you can take a look at this on your own and decide what to proceed with. So in the, maybe I can just zoom in a bit this one. In the next video, I'll be talking about how we can create those courtyards, so on and so forth.